Hello everybody, this is AK. I'm back. So today's auction results for 6 months T-bills is out, right? Cutoff yield 3.65% per annum, lower than the 3.7% for the last auction, but still pretty good, right? Relative to say 6 months fixed deposits interest rates from most banks, I think still pretty good, right? I mean, like CIMB offers 3.3% per annum for 6 months fixed deposit, and interestingly, it's also 3.3% per annum for 3 months fixed deposits. So for people who are thinking of fixed deposits, maybe 3 months fixed deposits would make a bit more sense than 6 months, because you get the same interest and you have a bit more liquidity. For this 6 months T-bill auction, it's also good news is that 100% of non-competitive bids were allocated. Right, so if you applied for $20,000, you get $20,000 of T-bills, compared to the last auction where only 80% of non-competitive bids were allocated, right? So, of course, I made a video about how someone said it was all my fault that in the last auction only 80% of competitive bids were allocated, because I said that people should put their CPF OA money to work by buying T-bills. So, and in a follow-up video, I said that for today's auction, I'm only using cash and SRS money, and I think that non-competitive bid is fine. And right after that video went live, I thought to myself, did I just put my foot in my mouth again? Because I said cash and SRS money just put non-competitive bids, and that's what I say all the time. But then I say, oh no, my people are a bit more sensitive about whether they get their non-competitive bids filled now. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. So I was crossing fingers, and thankfully 100% of non-competitive bids get filled this time. So people cannot say, hey, AK, it's your fault. Like, you tell people non-competitive bids and again we see we don't get 100% filled, right? So anyway, 100% filled, happiness for everybody and relief for myself. I feel relief, right? So 3.65%, like I say, is still pretty attractive, and I will continue to strengthen my T-bill ladder as long as 6 months T-bills cutoff yield continues to be yield continues to be higher than what we can get from fixed deposits. Okay, and if we remember that T-bills actually pay us the interest at the beginning of the duration and not at the end of the duration, the effective interest rate is actually higher than what we see in the cutoff yield, 3.65%. So it's actually a bit higher because you get paid the interest upfront, right? And then someone might ask me, well, then why do you still maintain fixed deposits, right? So like I've said before, I maintain fixed deposits because that's where I stash my emergency fund. T-bills basically holds my war chest, right? Money in my war chest, they go into T-bills. Every 2 weeks, there'll be some money coming back in. So if there is an opportunity to invest, I have money coming back every 2 weeks to invest with. And with fixed deposits, you know, that's where my emergency funds, that's where I store them. But the proportion has gone down, right? It used to be like $150,000 in fixed deposits, $100,000 in UOB1 account, emergency fund. Now it's $150,000 in UOB1 account and $100,000 in fixed deposit, right? For obvious reason, because UOB1 account increased the ceiling to 150K, and the maximum interest you can get average out is 4% per annum, which is higher than what fixed deposits will give. And also UOB1 account is the best place to keep an emergency fund, in my opinion, because it's absolutely liquid. You know, you want the money is there, you can take it out right away. You need the money can be taken out right away. Whereas for fixed deposit, I mean, like I say, fixed deposit is more liquid than T-bills in the sense that it's easier to break and the money you can get right away compared to T-bills. So fixed deposit is a better place to keep an emergency fund, right? But now because of UOB1 accounts changes, more of my emergency fund is in the UOB1 account than the fixed deposit, right? But still, I maintain some money in fixed deposit. Of course, things could change, you know, if T-bills one day offer lower yield than what fixed deposit can offer. Then of course, I would have a fixed deposit ladder instead of a T-bill ladder in future, right? Yeah, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. I don't see that happening at all, actually. The US Fed doesn't seem like they're ready to cut interest rate, even though the ECB, the Europeans are prepared to cut interest rates already, the US not yet. So we are likely to see short duration fixed income having to pay a higher yield. So I expect T-bills to continue to pay relatively attractive yields, right, until the Fed starts to cut interest rates. So that's the result. I'll be buying more T-bills in next month's auctions, right? If AK can talk to himself, so can you. Bye-bye.